Hello guys, so today we will be discussing this problem which is climbing stairs. It has lots of other names also like climbing top of the ladder. On different websites different names. So let's understand what this problem is trying to say. So you are climbing a staircase, it takes n steps to reach the top. Basically staircase has n steps. So each time you climb either one step or two steps. So we have an option, okay, we can just climb one step or we can climb two steps. So it is asking how many distinct ways, not only ways but distinct ways can you climb to the top? So that's the question. If you remember in the previous question we did minimum cost to reach the top of the basically staircase. So it is somewhat different from it. Here we have to find all the ways which are distinct also. So I'll be taking a test case and trying to explain you in a better way. So let's consider you are given a staircase where the total steps of the staircase are 4 and you have to reach till 4th. Obviously you are standing at 0th step and you have to go till 4th step. So what all options you have available? Since you are standing at since you are standing at 0th step, so you have either option to go to first step or you have to option to go to second. Similarly, if you are standing at first, you have option to go to second. Similarly, or you have third. Again, you can go to 3. Similarly, you can reach 4, and from here you can reach 4, but you cannot take 2 steps because you will then reach at 5 and the steps are total number of steps are 4. So you have to stop here. Similarly, from here also you cannot go. Here you will go to 4. So from if you are standing at this position you will go to 3, and from 3 you will go to 4, and similarly from 2 you will go to 4. So that's the case. So I think these are the only possibilities if you analyze all the possibilities. So I have written all the distinct possibilities that are possible. So let's verify them. So if we see the first one, then we can observe that yes, it is this path, one first path, right? Similarly, this is the second path which is available, and this is the third one, okay, and this the fourth, and last the fifth. So total number of possible ways are 5. We have verified that. But how are they coming up? Like let's understand. For example, you were standing at 4th position and you have to go till 4. So how many ways are possible? Only one way is possible, that you cannot move. So you will return from here 1. So basically it is the same answer like you went from 3 to 4. Okay, so yes, that's the case. And like now if you have to go from 2 to 4, then also like one case is that you can just go by jumping from 2 to 3, 3 to 4. That is one way, so it will return 1 here. And if you directly grow from 2 to 4, then it is another way also, it will also generate answer 1. Now we have to sum up them, sum both the values which are coming from the left subtree and the right subtree, so which is basically 2. So 2 will be returned to 1, this value. Okay, so let me just put it in a better way. Here 2 will be returned. So like from 4 again it will return 1, and it will also return 1 here. Now the answer which is built up at 1, which it is this 2 and this 1, which is already coming from here. So the answer will be building up here 3. Similarly, if we see this part of the tree, so the answer will be like 1 here, and similarly 1 will be generated here, and similarly 1 here. So basically the total answer that is generated on 2 will be left side 1 and right side 1 both added up, so which is 2. So this 2 will be returned here, and this 3 will be returned here. So what will answer build up to be, which will be 3 plus 2, 5. So that's how we are getting the answer. So let's try to code it up. So I'll be making a function which will have the parameter n, basically the number of steps. So now what will I be doing is, like, you have two options. Like here I explained you are going from 0 to that particular step, or you can move backward also. It is one and the same thing. If you move from 4 to 0, then you discover all paths, so it is one and the same thing only. So like I'll make variable a where n will be reduced by 1. Why it is reduced by 1? Because here I am taking one basically jump of length 1, and similarly I'll make a call another function where I will be taking jump of 2, and now I have to see, now I have to set the base cases. Like from here we have to return both the answers, like a plus b, because a will provide the answer which is coming from left side, b will provide answer coming from right side. So that's why we are adding them. And what will be the base cases? So one of the base cases will be if we started from nth step, basically last step, and we are coming backward down. So if n is equal to 0, then we have to return 1. If n is less than 0, so we had an option, like if we called this function in if statement, then this case won't be required. But yes, if since we are not calling any if statement, so yes, this is required. So we will be returning 0, since like from 4 to if from 4 to 5 it sorry, not 4 to 5, like from 3 to 5 it takes like 2 steps. So obviously this is not the right move, so this will return 0. So similarly, like from here this answer will be returned to 0 in every case. Okay, so let's call this function and see if it is working. Yes, for 2 it is working. Let's manually check for 3. Yes, and similarly let's finally check for 4. The answer should be 5. Yes, so answer is 5, since we can verify also 1 2 3 4 5. So let's try to submit it. So it should give time limit exceeded. Yes, it has given time limit exceeded. Now since if you want to print the paths, then we can do that also. Like it is just simple modification. What we can do is like str plus the particular n we are parsing. You will get to know what we are doing. N minus 2. So here will be the base case. So let's try to run it now. Now the all possible ways will be also printed. Yes, like from 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2 3, like yes. So all of them are printed. Here what we forgot to do is, no, we are right. We just need to append n here. N. Yes, now we are getting all the answers. 1 2 3 4 and 5. So all the possibilities are printed here. So yes, now let's analyze why are we getting the time limit exceeded and what's the role of dynamic programming in this problem. So let's understand one thing. Like if we see, let me clear some things so that it becomes easy for you to see what actually is happening. So yes, now if we see, like for this part of the problem, and okay, so 2 3 4, there also 4, yes. So and similarly this part of the problem, both are same, but our code is calculating the same thing again and again, so which is increasing the time complexity. Similarly, like this part and this part and this part of the problem, these all are same. So that is the reason we use dynamic programming, so that we store our previous answers, and the same problem if it arises afterwards, we can use that DP table to retrieve the answer. So that is what we will be doing. So here we will be parsing the DP table. Now which kind of DP table should we pass? Like should it be 1D DP array or 2D DP array? It is clearly evident that the answer is depending on only one state, which is n, basically the position we are standing on. So yes, it should be 1D DP array only. So basically dp of n is equal to, and n plus 1, don't forget to put it n plus 1, since you can get an error. You will get, obviously you will get an error, because if you will put n and it is 4, so dp of 4 will not be accessible and given an exception. So we have to put another condition also. If dp of n is already calculated, basically which is not equal to 0, so return dp of n. So let's see if it is working. Yes, it is working. So let's try to submit it. It should be submitted. Yes, it is submitted. And now I will also try to explain you the same problem in a tabulation form, basically bottom up approach. This approach that we have done, it is top down approach. Now we will be doing bottom up approach. So since yes, so basically since you are standing at position 0, so what will be the base case, like standing at zeroth position only? So how many ways are possible to stand at 0? Only one possible, or basically zeroth possible ways, because it is the initial position. How can you reach one? In how many distinct ways can you reach one? Like you can just take only one step. So basically one, only you can reach one by only one distinct way, which is 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Okay, so similarly, how can you reach 2? You can reach 2 like by jumping on 1, then 2, and or directly to 2. So basically how many ways are possible? So there are two ways possible, which are 0 1 2 or directly 0 2. So these are the two ways possible. Okay, so now how many ways are possible to reach 3? Now I will be showing 1 2 3 first way. Okay, second way, first, second. Similarly, third way, I directly jump to 2 and then 3. So basically only these three ways are possible, which are 0 1 2 3, 0 1 3 and 0 2 3 that we have marked already. Now it is three ways possible. Now if there is some observation, you are able to see that the answer that we are building up, these are our base cases, and the next answer that we are building up afterwards, it is obviously like just like Fibonacci series, like the sum of previous two elements generates the next element. So yes, that's the observation, and yes, it is right observation. Like if we see at 4, so how many ways are possible? I'll be verifying them. 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 1, this, and now like 2 3 4, and then like from yes 2 to directly 4. So basically 4 ways. I am not able to get which way is left. Like I think 0 to 1 and then to 3 and then to 4. Basically yes, now 5 ways are done. So if we see, like answer which is building up is basically 3 plus 2, previous answer, which is 5. So now let's try to code this thing also. We will be creating variable n, which is basically already created. Okay, so dp array we will be creating. Basically one size greater, because we are dealing with one based indexing, so that keep that thing in mind. And let's start our for loop from I is equal to 2 and I is less than, not 2, basically 3. Yes, I is less than equal to n, and now we will be initializing our base cases. Dp of 1 is equal to 1. Basically dp of 2 similarly is equal to 2. Why? Because the how many ways are possible to reach 1? Similarly 2 ways. So these are our base cases. So that is the reason we did this, and we now just need to do dp of I is equal to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2, and now we have to return dp of n. Basically this answer depends on I minus 1 and I minus 2. sum of both of these. So that's the reason we did. Now let's try to run it. It should, hopefully it should run, but yes, it is giving an exception. So what's the reason it is giving an exception? Oh yes, I figured out what mistake we are making. Like here it should be n should be greater than 1. Why 1? Because like if it is in the case the n is 1, so the array will be initialized to 2, so dp of 2 will be obviously array index out of bound exception. So now let's try to submit this. Yes, now it is submitted. So let's analyze the space and time complexity. So basically the time complexity when we were not using dp array was like 2 raised to power n. Why? Because for every step it has two options. So two options for this, two options for this, two options for this, similarly 2 to the power n. And the time complexity after we made dp array, it is O of n, and O of n space also, like since the array will take, and since array has an element, so O of n space. But we can do something better also, like in space we can achieve it to O of 1. How can we achieve it to O of 1? Like if we see only last two answers we need, we don't need previous ones. So yes, we can just create two variables and we will be sorted. So that's how we will be achieving O of 1. So yes, that is it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, share with it with your friends, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. So, and if you have any kind of what part you did not understand in the problem, you can comment down below. So thank you, we'll meet in next video.